On holidays, I followed Tu Duong to his house. The first time we met, his parents gave me 2 lucky money envelopes, one large, one small, one black and one red. At that time, I was very surprised. Why are 2 people giving lucky money at the same time? So different from each other. But Tu Duong's mother said that was the custom of this area, so I didn't feel comfortable asking any more. I thought it was just that, but I didn't expect Tu Duong's mother to ask me to open the red envelope in front of everyone. I was a bit unhappy at that time. There was no reason to immediately open the red envelope as soon as I received it. In front of the giver like this, even children at Tet know they have to wait for the adults to leave before secretly opening their lucky money to see. But Tu Duong's mother said, "Open this lucky money envelope. Whether you become a human or a ghost in the future, you will still be part of the Tu family." I gave Tu Duong a look of relief, but Tu Duong just stood aside, smiling and nodding at me, letting me do as his mother said. I had no other choice but to open the small red envelope right in front of the adults. The small red envelope was given to me by Tu Duong's mother. From the outside, I could see that inside was a thin piece of paper. When I opened it, I wasn't too surprised. It was a 100 yuan bill. I also don't mind the meeting gift being a bit thin, because it was given to me by Tu Duong's mother. Tu Duong's father's lucky money envelope was a black envelope, and it was too solemn, as thick as a brick. I don't know how much money is inside. It could be up to 30 or 40,000 yuan. But just as I was about to open the black envelope, a figure suddenly ran out, jumped into Tu Duong's mother's arms, and whined that she was hungry and wanted to eat. This is Tu Duong's sister, also my future sister-in-law. She's a bit pitiful. I heard that when she was a child, she got sick with a fever. The high fever affected her brain. Since then, her brain has been like that of a 5-year-old child, crazy and crazy, not knowing what to do all day. Tu Duong's mother's face suddenly changed. I had the feeling that she couldn't stand her naive daughter, pushed her several times, and kept urging me to open Tu Duong's father's red envelope to see. The more I urged her, the more urgent she became. I want to quickly reincarnate there. I was a little unhappy, feeling that she treated my daughter a little ungratefully. Just when I wanted her to take care of my future sister-in-law for a bit, Tu Duong's mother couldn't stand it and pushed her away. With a strong force, she unexpectedly pushed her into Tu Duong's father. Thun. When Tu Duong's father fell to the ground, a heavy sound came out. Tu Duong and his mother immediately changed color. Just as I wanted to run over to help, they suddenly ran up and lifted Tu Duong's father up first. I don't know if they did it on purpose or not. When they helped him up, they let his back face me. But no matter what, even though I was panicking, I also realized that Tu Duong's father's face had not changed at all. Usually old people's bones are weak, and even if they fall it's not enough, but Tu Duong's father didn't even make a sound. "Duong, take your dad back to your room. I'll go make dinner for your sister to eat." Tu Duong's mother quickly gave instructions, not even bothering to urge me to open the lucky money envelope, and immediately went to the kitchen. I originally wanted to accompany Tu Duong to take his father into the room. I saw that his face looked strange. He kept avoiding my arms and wouldn't let me touch him. He said he could take care of his father alone. Then picked up his father and quickly left. I secretly watched the two of them leave, but in my heart I felt sad. This time I returned with Tu Duong. I was sure that I would marry him. And moreover, I wanted to be with him for the rest of my life. But Tu Duong and his father did not even let me touch him. When he pushed my hand away, he treated me like an outsider. So, now there's no one left. There's only my crazy older sister by my side. I'm planning on opening the red envelope to see how much money Tu Duong gave me. If it's too much, I'll pay it back. Again, Tu Duong's father looked as thin as a log. His face looked like a sick person, and even gave me this many introduction gifts. It was better to use this money for Tu Duong's father to get treatment. But when I started to open the envelope, my future husband suddenly grabbed my hand tightly. She used all her strength to hold my hand, causing pain to my bones. "If you want to leave here alive, don't open this envelope." The future husband seemed to have turned into another person. Her eyes were sharp, her voice was low, not the gesture of a crazy person like before. She was pretending to be crazy. What does this saying mean? I just wanted to ask something more when Tu Duong walked out. The future sister-in-law suddenly changed her face, showed a foolish smile, grabbed the black-red envelope from my hand, and ran away screaming. "Born as a human, die as a ghost, receive the envelope. I'm in my house, eat in my house, sleep on my coffin lid. You can't escape whether you're a human or a ghost. You're born a human, you die a ghost." Hearing such a nursery rhyme, I was very surprised. Before, she was clearly a normal person. Or did that rhyme remind me of something? Just thinking that, I suddenly connected with the previous feelings I felt. Tu Duong house may not be as simple as I thought. Tu Duong quickly approached me. His serious face made me feel scared. "Why did you give that envelope to her?" At this time, I had mentally prepared myself in advance, but on the outside, I pretended like nothing happened. She took my hand. How did I know she would take it away? "Let me go get the lucky money envelope." Tu Duong lifted his foot and intended to run after him. I immediately pulled his hand. "It's okay, we're all family members. Whoever has money in their hands, it's all the same, right?" Tu Duong said, "Your sister is crazy. How can she give money to a crazy person? No, let me run after it and get it back." I immediately pulled him. "Duong, what did your sister say?" Tu Duong's face changed. She slightly avoided my eyes and said, "What do you mean? Don't think nonsense. I don't know which unscrupulous person taught her to say those dirty words since she was young. I used to say that sentence over and over again. Sometimes I had a fit and said it a few to a dozen times a day." After speaking, he forcefully pushed my hand away and ran in the direction of his future sister-in-law. When I met my sister-in-law again, it was also dinner time. She didn't look very well. Her face was dark and puffy. She looked like she had just been beaten. She only looked at me once, then lowered her head to eat, and then did not raise her head again. Tu Duong brought back a lucky money envelope, placed it neatly in front of me, in front of his parents, urging me to quickly open it. I was in a position where there was no way back. I don't know why, but they kept forcing me to open the red envelope in front of them. I took a peek at my sister-in-law, wanting to find some information from her, but she just bowed her head and put rice in her mouth, while laughing stupidly. That laugh was the same as an hour ago when Tu Duong told me to open the lucky money envelope as his mother said, "Hey lady, I have arranged everything for you." I lowered my head and stared at the black envelope, thinking about whether I should risk my life and open the envelope to see what was inside. At that time, I discovered that this black envelope seemed different from the previous one. The previous black envelope had no pattern whatsoever. This envelope has a few patterns, and the color of the pattern is quite similar to the color of the envelope. If you don't pay attention, you won't be able to detect it. Turns out it was changed. The husband's sister still kept smiling strangely. I felt a little reassured, so I opened the envelope right in front of Tu Duong's entire family.